So 2K right now just revealed the new players and the new packs, guys, and you gotta like the video for that extra good luck. Let's aim for 24 likes. You'll see why I say that. And also let me know down below in the comments who your starting shooting guard is, because we're also getting new locker codes. Yes, we are getting new locker codes. I'm gonna give you guys all the details you need to know on how to get the locker codes. And then, of course, you know, we are also getting a free box through the exchange, which 2K at this point, you know, has been adding free boxes every time that we do get new players. And let me show you guys the players, the new packs, and everything you gotta know. And if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get right into it. And bam, take a look at all the new players. We got Invincible, Dr. J, 100 overall Cade, 100 overall Anthony Davis. And my theory early on in the year was the fact that I always said that Dr. J took Kobe spots, and this right here officially confirms it. Like, I figured, you know, they never add Dr. J this early. Like, he already had a Pink Diamond, Dark Matter, and now he has an Invincible, so I feel like he definitely took Kobe's spots. Like, this should have been Kobe Bryant. And I actually ended up replying to, you know, because obviously it's the Pantheon sets. I was like, yo, it can't be a Pantheon set without Kobe Bryant, but 2K's like, nah, it can be. And so we are getting Invincible Dr. J, 100 overall Anthony Davis, 100 overall Cade. We're also getting a Dark Matter SAR, who I think is going to be really good, especially since the Dark Matters are finally starting to get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, so that's really good. We're also getting a Luol Deng. We are getting Hayward, which you never want to look up his injury. Oh my goodness, that thing... yeah, it snapped. Never look up his injury. We're also getting John Morant. He's always, you know, throwing up, you know, pew-pews up in here. We also got ISO Joe, like I mentioned, and then Invincible Dr. J being the main guy. And like I said, you know, I figured as soon as they added Pink Diamond Dr. J and then the Dark Matter one, I always figured that that was like 2K's way of being like, hey, here's a shooting guard that like is kind of like Kobe Bryant's. And so I feel like had they still... you know, if they could still add Kobe to my team, I think this would have been Invincible Kobe. We would have had it, you know, Kobe cards and stuff like that. But I do like Anthony Davis. I want this Cade. I actually will say right now, I want Cade more than any other player. Like, John Morant's going to be, you know, John Morant. You know, Hayward, as long as he doesn't break his leg, he'll be fine. Anthony Davis finally getting that 100 overall treatments. I don't even think he got a Dark Matter. And then Cade, he did not. Yeah, he doesn't have a Dark Matter. ISO Joe, I think, had a couple other cards. And then SAR, obviously, the Ruby one. Even though when it comes to Dr. J, I mean, listen, this man, 6'7", you know, his Dark Matter, Pink Diamond, it's really the Pink Diamond one. This one changed my team. He's going to go down as one of the greatest cards of all time. Love his card. Every year, you know, he gets, you know, multiple cards. And this time he got it nice and early, you know, back in November. Should have been Kobe, but it is what it is. So he's going to get that Invincible treatment. You know, the animations are going to be there. You know, it's going to be crazy. So he's definitely going to be one of the best cards in the game as a shooting guard. Even though I want, you know, when it comes to the other players, you know, when it comes to my boy Anthony Davis, 6'10", you know, power forward center, he's definitely going to be fun just because, even though to be fair, there's a lot of like 7-footers now running around power forward center, you know, so I don't think he'll be as overpowered as if he came out before. And yeah, they completely skipped Dark Matter when it came to him, which I'm very surprised that they still haven't revealed LeBron James. Really strange in my opinion. And then also Cade, this is the one I want the most, bro. A 6'6" point guard. I know there's a lot of point guards out there, but same with Anthony Davis, you know, and Cade, obviously, they're going to be getting updated animations. They're going to be some of the best cards in the game, as, you know, 100 overalls have been all year. And Invincibles too. Even though I think the Dark Matters, again, are going to be good too. You know, for example, we do have ourselves the one and only, the Dark Matter. As soon as it loads, ISO Joe away. So yeah, he did have the Galaxy Opal, you know, Emerald and Sapphire, 6'7". I think if they make his animations crazy, I think he'll have potential to be one of the better cards, you know. So Ingram, Vince Carter, it is what it is with him, you know, at the moment, at least that's what he has. And then also we do have, you know, the other Dark Matters, which Dark Matters are, bro, 7'1". If he's under 300,000, I think he's gonna be a great buy, especially with the toppers being Dark Matters at this point. You know, he'll definitely be, you know, more common in the auction house versus, say, you know, a month ago when Dark Matters were very rare. And so I think he's gonna be a great pickup for a lot of people. You know, his Ruby card has been carrying me, you know, basically through salary cap. Now it's like the Pink Diamond one obviously doing his thing. So he's been really good, just like Dr. J. And then also we do have, you know, the pew pew pew, Mr. Pew 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 himself, John Morant up in here, man. When it comes to John, you know, 6'2", smaller point guard, I wouldn't be surprised if he's a buy now, honestly. So in the auction house, he's definitely going to be cheap up there. So John Morant's getting that point guard treatment, Dark Matter treatment. So definitely one of the smaller ones. He'll just kind of be there. You know, same with Hayward again. If he doesn't break his leg, he'll be fine. Another 6'7" shooting guard. You know, definitely going to get some updated animations. Very quick release timing, I'm sure. Stuff like that. Hayward, you know, he had the Galaxy Opal one. Really rare card, by the way. Don't really see him in the auction house much. So he'll have a Dark Matter. And then also Luol Deng, which I think Luol Deng is going to be nasty. He's going to be filthy. The fact that they are not showing, you know, his card arts, that just goes to show you that they got something crazy planned for Luol Deng. This man, 6'9", yeah, he going to be nice. I think he's going to get those animations, like, really, really, like, crazy, right? And so when it comes to him, I think he'll definitely be one of the better Dark Matters in the game. And so for me personally, I want Cade, I want Dr. J, I want Anthony Davis. And then the Dark Matters, I want Luol Deng. Now, also don't forget that with this Pantheon sets, you know, the new packs, 2K does say basically, you know, the new players are coming, featuring some of the best talented players. Now, we also, you know, always get a free box. And so if you haven't gotten your exchange done right now for the currents box, you know, you definitely want to get that done right now because, you know, you want to finish that. You do also want to finish the events going on. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff that is expiring, a lot of stuff that obviously is getting updated. And so if you're still going after that box, I already got my box. I opened it on the no money spend accounts. I opened it on the main account. So I've just been getting all the free boxes, you know, and stuff like that. So make sure to take advantage of the events before it does expire because once this update hits, it will be gone, okay? So keep that in mind. Now, of course, I did also mention locker codes, right? So you might be like, locker codes, where's the locker codes, Carlos? You mentioned locker codes. Well, look at this. We are getting new locker codes. Yes, sir. It's going to be for the Lakers and Timberwolves game. So this is one of those locker codes. You guys know at this point in my team, you got to like go find them. But don't worry, I got you covered with everything. So you don't got to worry too much. But obviously, if it is super limited, you want to make sure to watch this game. I mean, you should be watching the postseason anyway. And I'm definitely, you know, I've been enjoying the postseason. You know, we're tied up right now, 1-1. I think the Lakers win game 3. And they better. You know, it is going to be an exclusive locker code. I'm assuming it's probably going to be, you know, yeah, it's probably going to be a player from this set. Now, they can always go the routes of giving us a player, you know, from the Timberwolves, from the Lakers. I don't think they would give us, actually, wait, they both have 100 overalls. You don't think they would do that, right? You think they would give us a, nah. I think eventually we'll get a 100 overall locker code. You guys got to tell me what you want out of that locker code. Because with Luka, as long as it's not an amethyst Luka, I think we'll be fine because they kind of hit us with that cheese early on in the year where they gave us like the Series 1. That was horrible. So he has a pink diamond. So yeah, I don't think it'll be a player from the teams. I think it's most likely going to be a guaranteed player from the new Pantheon packs, obviously. But with 2K, you never truly do know, right? Just keep in mind that, you know, if you do want this locker code, it is going to be shown on TV. So you want to make sure to be ready. Once again, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. That's going to be 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. If you're in California, you know, Pacific, stuff like that, you know, West Coast, and so on. But don't worry, though. I'll be making a video as soon as they do reveal it. If it's not super limited, right? If it's limited, then you got to watch the game. So just giving you a heads up right now to be ready for that. And then, of course, get the free box, you know, that's available right now. But also get ready for this. And I'll be sure to keep you guys updated. In the meantime, check out the pack opening I just did as well as the No Money Spent series. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.